Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again in the collaboration space. I'm your host, Nancy Lucier, coming to you from day 3 of InfoComm at the AVI SPL Symphony booth. And you know, we've been hearing from a lot of our customers about how they're managing dozens, if not hundreds, of conference rooms and meeting spaces with different devices, manufacturers, and different types of spaces. And at the same time, creating a consistent experience for everyone, no matter where they're joining the meeting. So today we're going to focus on how Symphony helps you do just that. And of course, I have an expert with me here today. I have Laurie Berg. Laurie, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, and thank you.
How has the Symphony booth been at InfoComm?
Busy,
but
great. Great kind of busy.
Okay. So Laurie, for those who haven't met you, tell us a little bit about your role with Symphony.
Sure. So I am the VP of Product Marketing, but I have been with Symphony better part of 15 years.
So a little bit of history there.
Yeah, I live and breathe it. It is my favorite thing to talk about.
I'm glad I have the right person for this show. Thank you. So talk to me a little bit about why is this centralized monitoring so important today?
So you actually said it great in the introduction, right? Whether it's dozens of rooms, whether it's hundreds of rooms, whether it's a couple of devices or thousands of devices. These technologies are spread across environments, locally, globally, and there's just a lot to keep track of. Are they up? Are they down? Are they having bad packet loss, strong packet loss? So being able to see everything holistically can help you resolve an issue immediately and figure out trends strategically. So it's really important to give that to the IT teams to get resources better utilized and even the spaces better utilized.
So I'm not only helping the end users by fixing a problem before it affects them, but maybe I'm preventing some problems in the future as well.
Love the prevention. Absolutely.
Love that.
Absolutely.
Proactive
That's
comes
right.
to mind.
Proactive is really central to Symphony. Being able to see that something is wrong, being able to resolve it remotely or going into the space itself if needed before those end users ever walk in and see it.
So Laurie, let's take a look at Logitech and how that works.
Sounds great. So I'm going to go to this watch list here, and if you see it says Logitech Cloud Aggregator. We integrate with manufacturer management platforms like the Cloud Aggregator, as well as directly with the devices. So we're pulling information from whichever way we can. So I'm going to click on this LinkSync Cloud Aggregator, and what you see here is the actual monitoring of Logitech. That's the first part. Now I'm actually going to go into extended properties, and what you're going to see here are the extended properties of Logitech Sync. But if I come into the aggregated devices, now you can see all the devices that are talking through Logitech Sync. So let's go pick one. I'm going to pick the Rally Bar Mini. You can see where it is. This is your link is up, login is up, API is up of Logitech Sync, but we also have that link to the Rally Bar Direct. When I click into the extended properties, now you see even more information. And just watch this open up. It just keeps opening and just keeps opening, and mic pods. And there are some zeros in here. Don't worry about it because of what we're monitoring. But you can see all of this type of data you can monitor and you can ticket. So we were talking about resolution of tickets. These are the things that you can ticket on. So for example, health status, no issues, that's great. But if it does become an issue, that ticket is going to be created. IT staff get alerted. We can go resolve the issue before those folks walk into that conference room.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, everything is before it hits the end user.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And this is really showing the amount of devices that we were talking about. This is just Logitech.
This is just Logitech.
So we're really bringing it home how much people have to monitor. So Laurie, another partner that we work with a lot is Legrand AV. So let's take a look at how that works.
Absolutely. So Legrand AV is interesting because they have quite a portfolio of different product lines. Middle Atlantic we work with, Vadio we work with, and Delight we work with. But today we'll just focus on Middle Atlantic. So if I come up to Middle Atlantic, I'm going to first go look at the UPS. And you can see with the UPS, we look at ping latency, battery capacity, battery temperature. All of these things can impact any device that's connected to that UPS, the output current, etc. But even more, if I go into those extended properties, I get that battery status. Again, all these things you can ticket on different values. If we go back and we look at another one of Middle Atlantic's, let's go look at this R-Link here. And same thing, we get the ping latency. But here, let's go look at that historical data. You can see all the voltage and the current for each outlet of that Middle Atlantic PDU. And again, all of this can be ticketed. So if the voltage goes to a certain level, the current goes to a certain level, that is going to auto create a ticket within Symphony. If that normalizes, it's going to auto clear, and then it can even auto close. All before those end users get impacted, and all before those poor IT resources are just trying to find their way through the day.
And even if nothing goes wrong, I'm hearing a lot of analytics that I can use moving forward to kind of make plans for the future based on real data.
Yes, 100%. There is a whole collection of analytic dashboards that we can show.
So Laurie, let's take a look at one more example.
All right.
Let's look at Q-SYS.
Okay, sounds good. Now Q-SYS, similar to what we were talking with Logitech, we integrate with Q-SYS Reflect, which is their management platform. And then we can also integrate with direct devices of Q-SYS. So right here, we've got the Q-SYS Reflect aggregator. That's what we name it, aggregator. That's the word we use. So if I click on that, just like you saw earlier, this is the ping latency of the aggregator itself, of Reflect. And you can actually see all these little spikes.
What's up with that?
Right, all these little spikes right here created a ticket. Then it normalized. Then it created a ticket, or it actually aggregated that ticket together. Same ticket, you see the entire events. But if I go into extended properties, I'm actually showing you the extended properties of all the devices connected through Q-SYS Reflect. So all of this information, again, can be ticketed. But if I go, let's go pick one specifically. So I'll go pick this Q-SYS Core 500i. So if I go here, again, you see the link, the log in the API, and then the link of the direct. When I go into those extended properties, you see that it's running. You see how long it's been up, the firmware version. All of that can be really useful when you are troubleshooting a ticket as well. Some things normalize by themselves. Sometimes you need to have some human intervention, but because of all the data in Symphony, that troubleshooting becomes much, much easier. Again, you can focus on the tactical issue at hand, but look broader at what's happening with all of Q-SYS, or with an entire room, or an entire building. So all of that information together is what sets Symphony apart from the rest of the platforms.
And it sounds like I'll be able to see a repeated issue as well. If there's a device that's constantly causing me trouble, maybe I better go check that out.
Yeah, let's go take a look at a quick ticket. So I'm gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick this one. So you get some information, but that's not the part I'm gonna show you. Here's the part I'm gonna show you. So if you see at 111, a critical ticket opened, right? Symphony couldn't communicate with it anymore. But then at 112, it could. So it auto-cleared that ticket. Why is that important? Because it is very hard to resolve an issue that you cannot see. But then at 113, a couple minutes later, it happened again. 114, it cleared again. So all of that in another situation could spawn multiple tickets that could get associated to multiple people. But this way you have a true history so you can start to see the trends. Does it always happen at 111? Is it happening when in the middle of the night? Is it happening when it's hot, right? You can start to see those trends. Again, solving the tactical issue, but looking strategically to see if there's other things going on.
Yeah, and I like how easy it is to see.
Yes.
The red. This is a problem that I need to look at.
Exactly.
And take care of.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Laurie, share a little bit about how Symphony actually integrates with these different devices from different providers.
Sure. So what we need is for devices to be IP addressable. If they're not, then might be a little bit more difficult, but that's when we start going through those aggregators, right? So the cloud aggregator is IP addressable, and we're getting downstream devices. The way we actually integrate with them on the technical level is typically through APIs. So the manufacturers have built public APIs. We take them, we do some work with them, we test out the technology, etc., and then it's like magic, and then we can integrate. Whatever the manufacturer allows us to pull out, we can show within Symphony. So that's always the ideal. We also can do SNMP OIDs. There are manufacturers that have libraries of those, and you can manually enter those into Symphony. And same thing, you enter a OID to monitor point X. We put that in and we get monitoring point X.
So how do you choose which partners to integrate with Symphony?
It's a great question. And a lot of it is actually driven by the customers or prospects we're talking about, or even trade shows we go to and what's coming out and what is making those big splashes that people are deploying. So if I come look at my list of devices, you actually see lots and lots and lots of different devices and manufacturers, etc. But it is really driven by the customer need. Symphony started in the video conferencing world, so there's lots of video conferencing within Symphony. But in the AV space, it's things that our customers are deploying. Do they have lots of bright sign digital signage? Do they have lots of LG displays? Are they deploying Q-SYS and Logitech and Middle Atlantic and Vadia? Who are they deploying? And then sometimes they might be smaller technologies that are more niche, but they're deploying a lot of them, and we will go out and research.
Okay, so let's say I have a conference room and I have a device that's not yet associated with Symphony. How do I make that work?
So if it's IP addressable from a basic level, we can ping it up, down, right? So we know if a device is up or if it's down, and that can tick it. That is still more than a lot of people have if they've got no monitoring. But it's the APIs, the SNMP OIDs, it's those technologies, it's those manufacturer platforms that allow us to really get into the fuller portfolio. But it is not magic. It is APIs, it is development teams working together, it is the testing out. So we have a full process that we go through. We go research the products, we see what's out there, we see what's available. We have meetings with those manufacturers, we test out devices, and we put it on a roadmap. Just like the Symphony software, we have a roadmap for what we call adapters. So we just build that out. There are adapters coming out fast and furious. If some get updated, they get updated with Symphony as well. So it's great, but it is a true development process that we go through.
So it sounds like whatever I need, you're going to make it work.
We absolutely will.
And
we
for
will
IT.
Find a way.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Well, Laurie, lots of information. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day.
Thank you.
I know you need to get back to the booth and to our customers, so thanks again.
Thank you.
And to our customers, thanks for listening today. Don't forget to follow the Collaboration Space on YouTube and your favorite podcast app. For more information and to schedule your own demo, visit monitoring.avispl.com.